Hey everybody, welcome back to an all-new episode of Holotheatre. I'm Dan Tartaglione, also known as DTartag1. It's a new episode. I want to thank Chris and Chris for taking the reins last week. It was a good episode last Wednesday. A lot of interesting stuff was spoiled, released. I don't know how you want to say it, but tonight is going to be another good episode, at least from what I think. We have 3 of the 5 members of the team that developed the new clone army objective. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to go, and then I also got some stuff to spoil. Greg, Jared, and all the other fun, and Adam all were like, "Hey, here you go. Show off these things." So we'll have those a little bit later. But first, as always, let's get into the stuff that's going on in Star Wars CCG. Let's get into the news really quick. Okay, so let me bring it up. So right now we're still in the middle of the June OCS. We got 3 players right now at 9-3, including Gemp Tom, Kyle Kruger, and I'm not sure who this is, and I'm not going to attempt to butcher your name. But looking on down the line, Stimpy right here is looking really good at 9-1, and then we got Batmouse and Scotland Grell both at 8-4. No surprises with Batmouse, but I am a little surprised with Scott. So still got a little bit of time left. We got 15 days, so get your games in, get your foils ready. Looking on down the line, there's a few players sitting at like 4. There's one player, Apollyon, sitting at 4-0, and then we got a couple sitting at 3-0. So still a lot of time, and we'll see if our 9-3s can outlast and survive the June OCS. And then on top of that, we have the Return of the Jedi event still going on. Right now, Al is sitting in first place at 8-3. Again, I'm not going to pronounce your name. I'm not going to try. I butcher names too much. But you are currently sitting at 8-1. And then down on the line, we got Idea Track sitting at 5-0. Then we got a few other players sitting at 3-0, including Ketwall and Taco Bill. So get your games played. We got a little over 19. We got about 19 days left in this event. And checking up on the retro version, Timo Dussel and Garrett Larson are both 10-2. So looking pretty good right there. We do have, next on down the line, we got Tenny MF at 7-2, Party McFly at 6-2, and then looking on down at the undefeateds, there's a few 3-0s, Mick C 6448, and some guy who doesn't know how to play Star Wars. But we did mention earlier this week we streamed the semifinals of the 2023 retro event. We're on to the finals. The finals are set. Our finals will include Joe Horby and Timo Dussel. Joe defeating Johnny Chu in the semis, and Timo taking down Ian as well. Once we have the date and time for that, we'll make sure the stream team is aware, and we'll announce when it is going to be. Stay tuned to the forum, stay tuned to all social media, and we'll let you guys know. This Saturday is the second portion of the GEMP thematic Swiss series. This one is the Grievous's Gambit. It starts at 8 a.m. You can register all the way up until Friday at 10 p.m. I believe it is only $10. Just for playing, you'll get a stunning move and the valuable hostage, both sides of the objective foil. You'll get a few get foils as well. And the winner will have will receive a PCXL deck box. Right now we have 14 players, so first and second will get one. First, second, and a random full participant will get one. And then on top of that, a few other foils will be given out as well. So like I said, we got 14 players, some big name players, including Chris Kelly. Wayne is in there. Justin Miyashiro, Connor Britton, and Taco Bill, and Carl Koenig. And then next month we have the start of the Road to Worlds that begins July 19th and will last until August 9th, because Worlds is August 10th through the 13th out in Morristown, New Jersey. Once the signups are released for that, we'll announce it. Make sure everything is announced. Get ready to go play some Worlds. It's definitely looking like it's going to be a fun event. So I know a lot of people are excited to play in it. A lot of people are excited to go. Who's going? Any of you guys?
Yeah, I should be.
Okay, so we got one in Wayne. Greg, are you going?
I'm sorry, it's a question for Worlds?
Yeah, are you going to Worlds?
Oh, yes, I'll be there.
Are you playing?
No, I'll be assisting with running events.
That's boring.
Rulings. Well,
no, that's Garrett. You should play. Play.
I'm going to be doing rulings, so...
Anybody can do rulings.
And I will be that person.
Make me sad. Adam, are you flying out to Worlds?
I am still not sure. Thinking about it, though.
Oh, come on. You got to go. It's Worlds is a blast. The main event's always fun. On top of that, Saturday night is fun. Sunday night is extremely fun. Top 8's really exciting. I think this, just by the people that I know are going, I think it's going to be a really good event. And you can't say no to Worlds. And then on top of that, in October, the last weekend in October, the Indoor Grand Prix returns to Seattle. So once we get more information on that, we'll have that as well. So I'm excited for that one. I want to go to Seattle. I definitely want to go to Seattle. It's always a fun event, and from what I hear, it's going to be returning to the Hampton Inn instead of the hotel that it was at last year. So, any other announcements, gentlemen? I know we got two advocates on the channel tonight, so I figured you guys might have something to say.
I have something to say that's not an announcement. You feel that tension in the air. Like something's not quite right. Maybe it's like a hint of like animosity, and I know what it is.
Uh-oh.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Was it me?
It's August 2022. It's Coruscant Regionals. Do you know what I'm getting at? It's Coruscant Regionals. Wayne is 5-0. He's on the cusp of finally a Long Island player.
We don't need to talk about this.
Oh, yes, we do. A notable achievement for a Long Island player. It's never happened. We've never really accomplished anything. It's true. 5-0, and Wayne goes up against Dan. Dan, Crusher of Dreams Tartaglione.
I don't remember any of this.
Defeats Wayne, and the 5-1 record is just edged out on strength of schedule. So Matt Wadden just edges out Wayne because of that loss. So you took away the perfect 6-0 win streak. You took away the Coruscant Regional Championship from Wayne, and Long Island has still never really represented, but we'll get there.
I was told to play Set Your Course for Alderaan by the Killer Bees, especially Brad Reinhold. I don't know if he's watching. And he told me if you play WAP, make sure you get out Imp Decree V.
Yeah, that does it.
I mean,
any comments? You want to clear the air?
It was a good game, and a fellow teammate won it anyway, so it's all good.
Well, that's not very exciting.
Okay, if you want exciting, when is Coruscant Regionals going to be this year? Do we know?
Oh, I don't think we have a date.
Because I'll be there to take down Wayne again.
Oh, you guys might rematch at Worlds. You're going to play, right, Dan?
I'm not playing.
Oh, you're not playing.
No, not playing.
Not even in the consolation?
Nope. I'm doing commentary the entire event.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for doing that. Yeah, maybe Coruscant Regionals this year. We'll see the rematch, the grudge match.
You kidding? I'm like on the verge of retiring. Taking my talents to the new Disney CCG. It looks easy.
Nothing wrong with Pokemon now and again.
No, you're not wrong. But I know that's all. I know that's not what the people came on to hear about. Nobody really wants to hear about how I upset Wayne last year. Hey, it was an upset. I had 2 losses at that point, including to Matt Wadden. So, but yeah. What everybody really came to hear about was this new light side clone army objective. This is like the first episode 2 objective that we've seen since the Legacy era, when we had We Have a Plan virtual, where I think it was like you were trying to rescue Palpatine off of the Invisible Hand, which I don't think it was the Invisible Hand. I think it was like the blockade flagship or something.
Yeah.
But this is the first one, so let's go into like a little bit of detail. Why episode 2? Why a clone objective at this point?
You want to call on someone, or
I
otherwise?
say we start with Adam.
Yeah.
Adam's like always the quiet one.
Yeah.
So I think the pod started because so Chris Kelly was talking to me, and he asked me, "Hey, would you be interested in like being more involved in some of the pods?" And so I told him, "Yeah, I'd be interested in designing something from one of their cartoons or any of these things, especially clones." And this pod was created 2 weeks later, so I'm pretty sure it was based on that discussion. He asked people in the playtesting channel who was interested in it. So it was created. This is something that people ask about all the time. Like in the surveys, we don't always release all of the responses, but one of the questions the last couple times at least has been, what themes would you like to see back in the game? And clones is on there a lot from a lot of different people. So, I mean, that's part of why design was interested in having a pod work on that. So we were asked to design something between when the Clone Wars started on Geonosis up until Grievous was eliminated on Utapau. So it was just something from that time period. So then we started brainstorming a bunch of stuff and figured out what we wanted to do. This is the largest design pod that, I mean, at the time, and then also since. So we had a lot of people that helped, though it started so long ago. It started before I was an advocate, like a couple weeks before. So it's been a long time that we've been working on this. So some people have started participating a little less or more throughout.
So who all was involved in the pod? For those who are watching it, I mean, are we able to announce who was in the pod? I don't know. I don't want to break Fight Club or anything and get canceled again.
Well, you certainly know you have the 3 of us. I am sure we can tell you that Steve Fulner, Fungineer, was in the pod. I don't necessarily want to like out anyone who didn't choose to, so maybe it's best to stop there. But I'm just because I'm not sure. But if that's something people are interested in, just let us know.
Okay.
I'll check with those people. But definitely, I think you're kind of talking with the core of the pod towards the latter half. We were the most active among the pod, so I think we'll be able to give you a really good overview of everything that's gone on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the objective itself. And like so first of all, I'm happy to see an episode 2, a clone objective. Like, we've been teased clones for a while. Rex has been a staple since 0. We've had Cody around for a while as well. We've had Fives. We've had the clone cylinders, Camino and everything. Now it seems like everything finally is coming together with this objective. So that just makes me happy. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the text and everything so everybody can see. And then this just as a quick reminder on what the objective is, and we'll go from there. So the objective is hunt for the droid general, which is going to be dismantle on site. V.
Do you have the images? I had sent you.
Oh, we're going to get to those.
Okay.
That's his teaser.
Okay.
Like make the people want to watch the rest of the show.
Okay.
Because we're only 15 minutes in on an hour-long show, Craig.
Okay.
You can't. So, you will deploy a clone army battleground, clone command center to the same planet, cloning cylinders, and Grievous will run and hide. For the remainder of game, you name not deploy non-Episode 1 cards with ability. Reflections to objective target Anakin instead of Luke. Your destiny is suspended. Jedi gain the pilot skill. Your Episode 1 sites are immune to no escape. At the end of opponent's turn, if you occupy more battlegrounds than opponent loses 1 force. Flip this card if Grievous will run and hide here unless Grievous is alone at a battleground. And then on the flip side, it is he's a coward. While this side up, your force range are +1 where you have a clone with a Jedi or Padawan. X equals the number of battlegrounds your clone army cards occupy. If you just initiated a battle, peek at the top card of your reserve deck or use pile, may take it into hand or place it on the bottom of the reserve deck. Then, if X is greater than 1, retrieve a clone army card into hand. If X greater than 2, your clone may make a regular move using land speed for free to a battle location, and then you flip it back if Grievous will run and hide at a battleground or Grievous alone at a battleground. So there it is. That's the objective. And so why did you guys target Grievous in particular?
Well, I'd like to answer that one. We looked at, there's a lot of objectives that have to do with, control this many locations, control, occupy, whatever. And that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with those. But it would be fun to do something a little different. I love objectives where you actually do something, whether you blow something away or, in this case, you have something a little bit like Hunt Down.
Okay.
Instead of Hunt Down Vader searching for Luke, this is the Republic Army searching for Grievous. That card, Grievous will run and hide. It's a picture of Grievous, and it's kind of like a stand-in. So if your opponent doesn't have Grievous, that's okay, because you've got this Grievous run and hide effect that moves around on the table and represents where Grievous is currently hiding. So you're trying to hunt that down. If they have Grievous in their deck, now you've got another problem. You have to actually go take out Grievous.
Yeah.
In addition to handling that effect. So, if you think about the Clone Wars, the Republic is not trying to take over systems and convert them the way the Separatists are. All the Republic wants to do is take out Grievous, take out the droid general, and end the war. So that's what this objective is about. Take him out.
So on top of that, you just mentioned about the effect. You know what? I think this is a good time. We're going to show off the effect really quick.
Sure.
Greg alluded to it. We got some images. First of all, I'm going to show up the. We've seen the images for the 0 side, and I believe we've seen the 7 side as well. So here is the 7 side of the objective. Christian's doing a really heck of a job. Like, that just looks, like, that's going to look really, really nice foil.
They look fantastic.
Like, I don't know where he found it, but it looks great. And then on the 7 side, got a lightsaber just staring down Grievous. Again, looks really good. And that's going to look, I think that side's really going to look foil. Like, I don't know, like, when Jared and the marketing team are going to release these foils to like an event or something, but I want to win it. I want to win this foil. And then, like Greg alluded to, there's the image of Grievous all by himself. Again, another really nice image. And now, so that one starts on a battleground. So I like that it, like you said, it's a stand-in for Grievous, and it gives you the option of fighting it. Now, my question is like, so you're saying like with Grievous alone at a battleground, why do you want him to be alone? So like if he's not alone, you can still flip your objective. Like,
Wayne, why alone? I think Wayne could probably answer because he's done so much playtesting of this deck. But
Yeah, that was the issue, is that stacking Grievous up at a site made it significantly harder on the objective. So we were like, all right, alone would be a little bit more fair for the deck.
Okay.
We kind of tried to build it in as well with that with the one ping, for having more battlegrounds to avoid the stack. But that Grievous tech specifically was pretty harsh to have them with anybody.
That's fair. So, and when you guys were designing this, did you specifically want to design a clone army, or like what made you incorporate the Jedi? Because I mean, we got a lot of decks that run just Jedi right now. Do you fear that we're the players are going to be a little tired of Jedi?
I remember I remember early on when, and again, we're going to go back to all this playtesting Wayne has done. He's done so much. Early on in the playtesting, I believe, Wayne, you said something like, you built the deck to be like very thematic with lots of clones, and then as you played more and more games, you're like, well, let me just slot in more just good Jedi, and before you know it, the whole deck just looked like any other main stack. It was just full of Jedi. And then we started like tweaking cards to like encourage a much bigger mix of clones, if I recall.
Yeah, that was but originally we didn't have it starting cloning cylinders to get a little bit more use out of For the Republic, but then For the Republic would always be grabbed. You'd barely get to use it again, and the clones just weren't. That was probably the trickiest part, getting the clones decent enough that they'd actually see play.
So, but they do now. Like you're like feeling pretty good with it, guys.
Yeah,
I would hope so, because from what I hear,
we're releasing it.
It's coming out this Monday.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're at a pretty fair margin.